Hello, friends. I'm Emma. Stories are magic for learning English. Today, I will tell you a beautiful story. You will understand every word. You will learn new vocabulary. And you will feel proud of your English progress. I will speak slowly and clearly. You can listen and follow the adventure. By the end of this lesson, you will know how stories make English learning fun and natural. Today's story is called The Mysterious Map. It's about a young person named Alex who loves adventures. Alex lives in a small, quiet town. One day, Alex finds something interesting in the grandmother's old house. This discovery leads to an exciting adventure. Story Vocabulary Preview. Listen for these adventure words in the story: mysterious, strange and interesting. Discover. Find something new. Adventure. Exciting journey. Treasure. Valuable hidden things. Explore. Look around and discover. Now, let's begin our adventure with Alex. Alex was spending the weekend at grandmother's house. The house was old and full of interesting things. On Saturday morning, Alex decided to clean the attic. The attic was dusty and dark, but Alex was curious about what was inside. While moving old boxes, Alex found a wooden chest hidden behind some books. The chest was heavy and looked very old. What's inside? Alex thought. With careful hands, Alex opened the chest slowly. Inside the chest, there were old photographs, letters, and something very interesting: an old map. The map was yellow and looked mysterious. Alex took the map to the window for better light. The map showed the area around grandmother's town. There were trees, a lake, and mountains drawn carefully. But the most exciting thing was a red X marked on the map near the lake. Under the X, someone had written, "Treasure lies here." Alex's heart started beating faster. This could be a real treasure map, Alex thought excitedly. Alex ran downstairs to show grandmother the map. "Grandmother, look what I found," Alex said, holding the map carefully. Grandmother smiled when she saw the map. "Oh my, that's your grandfather's old map. He made it many years ago." "Grandfather made this map? Is the treasure real?" Alex asked with bright eyes. "Your grandfather loved adventures," grandmother said. "He always said the real treasure was the journey, not what you find at the end." Alex felt more excited. "Can I follow the map tomorrow? Can I go on this adventure?" Grandmother looked at the determined young person and nodded. "Yes, but be careful. Take water, food, and your phone. And be back before sunset." Alex spent the rest of Saturday studying the map carefully. The path started from the old bridge, went through the forest, and ended at the lake. Sunday morning arrived bright and sunny. Alex packed a backpack with water, sandwiches, the map, and a small shovel. Alex walked to the old bridge where the map adventure began. The bridge crossed a small river, and on the other side, there was a forest path. Following the map carefully, Alex entered the forest. The trees were tall and green. Birds were singing, and the air smelt fresh and clean. The map showed several landmarks to follow. First, Alex needed to find a large rock shaped like an animal. After walking for 20 minutes, Alex discovered a rock that looked like a sleeping bear. "Perfect! This matches the map," Alex said, happily. Next, the map showed a fallen tree across the path. Alex walked further and found exactly what the map described, a big tree lying across the forest path. Alex climbed over the fallen tree carefully. On the other side, the path became narrower and more difficult to follow. The third landmark was a small waterfall. Alex could hear water falling before seeing it. Following the sound, Alex found a beautiful small waterfall dropping into a clear pool. "This is amazing," Alex thought. Grandfather chose beautiful places for his adventure. According to the map, the treasure was hidden near the lake just below the waterfall. Alex followed the stream from the waterfall and soon saw the lake through the trees. The lake was bigger and more beautiful than Alex had imagined. The water was blue and calm, reflecting the sky and clouds. Alex looked at the map again. The red X was marked between the middle tree and the lake. With the small shovel, Alex began digging carefully. After digging for 15 minutes, the shovel hit something hard. Alex's heart jumped with excitement. "I found something," Alex said out loud, even though no one was there to hear. Alex dug more carefully and pulled out a small metal box. The box was old, but still strong. With shaking hands, Alex opened it slowly. Inside the box, there were no gold coins or jewels. Instead, Alex found old photographs of Grandfather as a young man, a handwritten letter, and a small wooden compass. Alex opened the letter carefully. It was written in Grandfather's handwriting. "To whoever finds this treasure box, congratulations. You followed the map successfully. You showed courage, determination, and curiosity. These qualities are the real treasure. The adventure itself is worth more than any gold. Remember this day and keep exploring the world around you. Your loving Grandfather." Alex sat by the lake reading the letter again and looking at the old photographs. In the pictures, Grandfather looked adventurous and happy, just like Alex felt right now. Alex realized that Grandfather was right. The real treasure was not gold or money. The real treasure was the adventure, the beautiful places discovered, and the confidence gained from completing the journey successfully. As the sun began to set, Alex packed everything carefully and started the journey home. Walking back through the forest felt easier now because Alex knew the way. Alex arrived at Grandmother's house just as the sun was setting. Grandmother was waiting with a warm smile. "How was your adventure?" "It was perfect," Alex said. "I found the treasure and Grandfather was right. The adventure was the real treasure." Alex showed Grandmother the photographs and the letter. They spent the evening looking at the pictures and talking about Grandfather's adventures. That night, Alex went to sleep feeling proud, confident, and grateful. Tomorrow, Alex would start planning the next adventure. Now let's learn the important vocabulary from Alex's adventure. I will explain each word and give you practice sentences. Adventure words: mysterious, strange and interesting, making you curious. The old map looked mysterious and exciting. Repeat. The old map looked mysterious and exciting. Discover. Find something new or interesting. Alex discovered a treasure map in the attic. Repeat. Alex discovered a treasure map in the attic. Adventure. An exciting journey or experience. Following the map became a real adventure. Repeat. Following the map became a real adventure. Treasure. Valuable things that are hidden. The treasure was hidden near the lake. Repeat. The treasure was hidden near the lake. Explore. Travel and look around to discover new things. Alex loved to explore the forest. Repeat. Alex loved to explore the forest. Nature words. Attic. The space under the roof of a house. Alex found the map in grandmother's attic. Repeat. Alex found the map in grandmother's attic. Forest. A large area with many trees. The path went through a beautiful forest. Repeat. The path went through a beautiful forest. Waterfall. Water falling from a high place. Alex found a small waterfall in the forest. Repeat. Alex found a small waterfall in the forest. Lake. A large area of water surrounded by land. The treasure was hidden near the lake. Repeat. The treasure was hidden near the lake. Action words. Follow. Go after something or someone. Alex decided to follow the map. Repeat. Alex decided to follow the map. Climb. Go up using hands and feet. Alex had to climb over the fallen tree. Repeat. Alex had to climb over the fallen tree. Dig. Make a hole in the ground. Alex began to dig near the pine trees. Repeat. Alex began to dig near the pine trees. Feeling words. Excited. Very happy and enthusiastic. Alex felt excited about the adventure. Repeat. Alex felt excited about the adventure. Determined. Having strong intention to do something. Alex was determined to find the treasure. Repeat. Alex was determined to find the treasure. Proud. Feeling good about your achievements. Alex felt proud after completing the adventure. Repeat. Alex felt proud after completing the adventure. Confident. Feeling sure about your abilities. The adventure made Alex feel more confident. Repeat. The adventure made Alex feel more confident. Congratulations! You just understood a complete English adventure story. This is amazing progress. What you accomplished today. Listening achievement. You followed a 9-minute story in English. You understood the plot, characters, and emotions. Vocabulary achievement. You learned 15 new adventure and nature words through story context. Comprehension achievement. You understood the story's message about real treasure being the adventure itself. Confidence building questions. Let me ask you some questions about the story. Answer in your mind. Where did Alex find the map? Think, Alex found the map in grandmother's attic. What was marked with a red X on the map? Think, the treasure location was marked with a red X on the map. What did Alex find in the treasure box? Think, Alex found photographs, a letter, and a compass. What was the real treasure according to grandfather? Think, the real treasure was the adventure itself. If you could answer these questions, you have excellent English comprehension. You should feel very proud of yourself. Confidence-building statements. Practice these confidence-building statements. I understood an English adventure story. Repeat. I understood an English adventure story. I learned new vocabulary through storytelling. Repeat. I learned new vocabulary through storytelling. I can follow English stories and remember details. Repeat. I can follow English stories and remember details. Stories make English learning enjoyable for me. Repeat. Stories make English learning enjoyable for me. I am becoming a confident English learner. Repeat. I am becoming a confident English learner. Now let's practice using the adventure vocabulary in new sentences. This will help you remember the words and use them in different situations. Adventure vocabulary practice. I want to go on an adventure this weekend. Repeat. I want to go on an adventure this weekend. The old book contains mysterious stories. Repeat. The old book contains mysterious stories. We discovered a beautiful cafe in the city. Repeat. We discovered a beautiful cafe in the city. Children love to explore new playgrounds. Repeat. Children love to explore new playgrounds. My grandmother keeps treasures in her jewelry box. Repeat. My grandmother keeps treasures in her jewelry box. Now let's practice nature vocabulary. I clean my attic once every year. Repeat. I clean my attic once every year. We enjoy walking in the forest on weekends. Repeat. We enjoy walking in the forest on weekends. The waterfall makes a beautiful sound. Repeat. The waterfall makes a beautiful sound. Many birds live near the lake. Repeat. Many birds live near the lake. Now let's practice action vocabulary. I follow the recipe when I cook. Repeat. I follow the recipe when I cook. Children love to climb trees in the park. Repeat. Children love to climb trees in the park. Gardeners dig holes to plant flowers. Repeat. Gardeners dig holes to plant flowers. Now let's practice feeling vocabulary. I feel excited about my vacation. Repeat. I feel excited about my vacation. She is determined to learn English well. Repeat. She is determined to learn English well. I am proud of my English progress. Repeat. I am proud of my English progress. Practice makes me feel more confident. Repeat. Practice makes me feel more confident. Here's your plan for learning English with stories every day. Weekly story practice. Monday to Wednesday, listen to stories. Find simple English stories online. Listen without looking at text first. Try to understand main ideas. Don't worry about every word. Thursday to Friday, read stories. Read the same stories you listen to. Check new vocabulary. Practice reading out loud. Focus on pronunciation. Weekend. Create stories. Tell simple stories about your week. Use new vocabulary you learned. Practice with family or friends. Record yourself telling stories. Daily story activities, 15 minutes. Morning, 5 minutes. Listen to one short story. Focus on understanding main ideas. Notice new vocabulary. Afternoon, 5 minutes. Practice story vocabulary in sentences. Use new words in your own examples. Write one sentence with each new word. Evening, 5 minutes. Think about your day as a story. Tell yourself what happened in English. Use story structure, beginning, middle, end. Monthly challenge. Each month, choose one longer story and learn it completely. Practice telling it until you can share it with others confidently. Wonderful! You just experienced the magic of learning English with stories. You followed Alex's adventure from beginning to end. You learned 15 new vocabulary words naturally through story context. You practiced comprehension and built confidence through storytelling. Most importantly, you discovered that stories make English learning enjoyable, memorable, and natural. Your homework this week is to listen to the Alex Adventure story again and practice using the 15 vocabulary words in your own sentences. Find one simple English story online and listen to it. Tell someone about Alex's adventure using the vocabulary you learned. Remember these story learning principles. Stories help your brain remember vocabulary naturally. Understanding complete stories builds confidence quickly. Context teaches meaning better than dictionaries. Emotions in stories create permanent memories. Practice retelling stories improves speaking skills. Next week, we will practice English pronunciation techniques to make your storytelling even clearer and more natural. Like Alex in our story, you are on your own English learning adventure. Every lesson, every story, Every new word is part of your treasure hunt for fluency. The real treasure is not perfect English. It's the confidence to communicate, the joy of understanding, and the adventure of learning something new every day. This is Soundline English Podcast. I'm Emma. Thank you for joining Alex's adventure with me today. You are becoming a confident English learner through the magic of storytelling. Keep exploring English through stories. Keep building vocabulary naturally. Keep believing in your adventure toward fluency. Your English story is just beginning, and it's going to be amazing. See you in the next episode. Goodbye for now.